Hi there. Hey, everybody. Hi. Welcome to today's Feature Spotlight. Thank you so much for joining, everybody. All right. Well, hey there. My name is Abby. So thanks again for joining. Today's Feature Spotlight is going to focus on express booking. So this is such a cool feature that I love about Mangomint. I think it's really a feature that is very unique to Mangomint as well. And when you use express booking, it's really just going to help you transform your entire booking process. It's going to make it so much easier for your clients to book appointments. And also it's going to make it easier for you to collect all of the client information that you need a lot faster and also more accurately than ever before. So in today's webinar, it's going to be a shorter one today, but I'm going to show you guys how easy it is to really just simply text a link to your clients where they can finish the booking process and kind of skip all the traditional back and forth over the phone because nobody wants to deal with that. So feel free to throw your questions in the chat and we'll go ahead and jump in. And of course, if we don't get to any of your questions, we'll definitely be able to follow up with you one-on-one after the webinar as well, in case you have any more in-depth questions or anything like that. Okay, let me go ahead and start sharing my screen and then we'll just go ahead and jump right in. Okay, so let's go ahead and just go over to settings. And then what we're going to do now is go to calendar and appointments. So we're just going to click there. And then what we're going to do is actually go to the express booking tab. There we go. And now we are on the express booking tab. So this is where you kind of have all of your default settings for express booking. And so the first one here is where you'll actually enable the feature. So as you can see here, it just says enable express booking. In my account, I already have this enabled. So that's already set and we're ready to go there. And then if we continue to scroll down here, you'll see some additional default settings. So we have these other default settings here. Again, these are the default settings that are automatically going to be applied to new appointments when booking on the calendar. And I'll also show you as we go into the webinar further, you can also adjust these on the fly if you want to. So the first one is automatically enable express booking for new appointments. You can adjust that if you want. I'm going to leave mine just set to no. You can also set the time limit. Again, this is how much time they have until that link you're going to send them expires. Mine is currently set to 1 hour, but if you click this, you can easily go here and adjust this, as low as 15 minutes if you wanted to, all the way up to 24 hours. But typically we see maybe something like 30 minutes to an hour, 2 hours, that might be a little bit more common. And then of course you can require a credit card to complete the booking if you want to. And you can also require a payment or a deposit to complete the booking as well. In this case, I'm going to require a credit card, but I am not going to require a payment or a deposit to complete the booking. So we'll just go ahead, just save that. So those are my default settings. And then something else that I want to point out here as well is that you can also collect photos during online booking if you want to. So it just says here, the client will be asked to upload up to 3 photos that are attached to their appointment. Now, I will point out that this is optional. So even if they don't have photos that they want to share, it's not going to block, clients from completing their booking. So just wanted to make sure that is clear. And so for this one, I have that enabled. And then this is just the photo upload prompt. So you would just go there to edit if you wanted to edit any of those settings. And you can actually also edit this photo upload prompt if you want to as well, if you have a custom message you want to put there. So I'll just go ahead and cancel out of that. So these are all of the kind of default settings for express booking. Now we're going to head over to the calendar and I'm going to show you guys how to actually use this. So let's now go ahead and just head over to the calendar. And then what we're going to do is go right here and just click on the calendar. So let's go ahead and say, I have my 7 Lake Salon and Spa. This is my calendar set up for today, September 19th. So let's just say that a client called and they would like to book an appointment. So let's say, for example, that all we know is the client's first and last name. They're just calling in and they want to book a manicure, for example. So what we're going to do is just go ahead and go here and click new appointment. And then I'm just going to go ahead and add a client here. So let's say that we'll have Sarah Roberts come in. So I'm just going to add all of the information right here. And we'll just add client Sarah Roberts. And then all we need to do is now add Sarah's phone number as well. So you can see how fast this is. In this purpose, I'm going to go ahead and add my cell phone number just so I can act as the client, but obviously you just put whatever the client's phone number is there. If for some reason you didn't already have that, of course, you're already on the phone. So it's really easy to grab that phone number again while you're still chatting with the client. So we're just adding that, and that's all the information that we're going to add. That's it. We're not even going to add the email address because we'll be adding that a bit later. And so I will go ahead and click create. And then that's it. And now I'm going to go ahead and select a service. So for this one, let's just say, for example, that Sarah would like to come in for a gel manicure. So we'll just go ahead and select the service. And then all we need to do now is use the express booking option. So this is where, normally if you were not using express booking, you would just click the book appointment. But what we're going to do now is actually enable this toggle for where it says use express booking. And then what you guys will notice is right here, this button text has now updated and now it says send text message. So I'm going to go ahead and just click that and send the text message. So we'll just click that. And then there we go. So now I have sent that text message off to the client. And then as you can see here, it says pending completion. Client has not yet completed express booking. The pending appointment will expire in 1 hour because as we saw in my default settings, I have the time limit set to 1 hour. So now what you guys will notice, of course, it's going to be really hard for me to show you guys on my phone, but I actually have now, because in this example demo, I went ahead and used my cell phone so I can act as the client, Sarah Roberts. I have now received a text message that says, it says, you're almost done. Please review and complete your booking with the 7 Lakes Salon and Spa. So I just have that text right here, and then it has the link to complete the booking. And so I'm now just going to click that link. And I'm taken to a page. Again, it's hard for you guys to see. I'll just put up there, but it says you're almost done. Please review and complete the information below to secure your appointment. So, I am Sarah. I've now received this text. I click the link. I can see all of the information really easily here. So I can see the service that I wanted to get, the gel manicure. I can see the date of my appointment. I can see the time, all of that. I can see who it's with and where it's at. And then now I just need to finish filling in the remaining details. So I still need to add my email address. So I'm just going to go ahead and add that right now. There we go. Okay. And then I'm now entering my credit card information. So I can go ahead and add it right here. And again, this is so nice because I no longer have to sit on the phone and, say this verbally to somebody. So it's going to be really great. So now I just enter that information there, and then I can upload photos as well. So it just says upload photos optional. So you can go ahead and upload photos up to 3 max. I can go ahead and click that, pick the photo that I want for my manicure and add that there. And then I also have the cancellation policy. So this is really important as well, is that you can have the cancellation policy displayed right here. So they see it very clearly before they actually book, complete the booking. And it says for appointments canceled or rescheduled within 24 hours of appointment start time, we charge 50% of the service total. So as the client, I was able to see that, and I can actually click that I agree to the cancellation policy. So now, excuse me, now I have all that information set up, and then I just hit complete booking. And so we just hit that. And now on my end, it says booking is successful. I know it's hard for you guys to see that. So it says you are all set. And so this is really great. And then something else, if we look back here on the calendar further, what you guys will notice is that now that I went ahead and completed that and submitted my information, you can actually see that this appointment has now turned to confirmed. And there's different settings that will control whether this will automatically show as confirmed or still show as pending. If you have more questions about that, let us know. But in this case, my account is already set up to have it just confirm. So that is now confirmed. And what you guys will notice is that my information has also been added here as well. So you can see the email address, the credit card information, and all of that. So super easy to do. As you saw, as the client, that only took me a couple minutes, and it was so convenient for me. So that's one use case. Now let's maybe explore something else. What happens, for example, if a client does not submit the required information via the express booking link within the time limit? Let's talk about what happens in that scenario. So what we're going to do now is let's go ahead and add another appointment to the calendar, for example. We can just add one here. We'll go ahead and just add this. For Timothy, for example, let's say that he's going to come in and get a hydrofacial. So we'll just go ahead that, use express booking. Again, we'll use that. And then we'll just go ahead and send that text message. So that one, of course, is showing as pending completion. So again, this is going to start that timer for 1 hour in this case. If, Timothy, for example, if he does not submit the required information within that 1 hour time limit, the appointment is actually going to be automatically canceled. And the client is also going to receive a text message stating that their appointment was canceled. So actually what I can do is I've set up a couple other appointments to kind of show this use case. And so I'll show you guys what it looks like when they actually expire and the appointment is canceled. So if we actually just go here on the calendar, I'm going to back up to yesterday where I have a couple different appointments set up here. This is one example of a blowout that I had set up for Sandra. And so if I click on this, what you guys will notice is that we set up this appointment and we sent the booking link. However, Sandra never finished submitting her information. So as you can see here, you can see that this now expired on the calendar. And so what you could do in this case, maybe if you notice this, we could call Sandra if we want to. We can say, hey, are you still interested in this appointment? You still want to come in? And there's actually then a couple options for what you could do here. If you want, you could just create a new appointment if you wanted to, make it super easy, head over to the next day, or, maybe she can't come for a couple of days, so you would go there. But actually something else I want to point out as well is if you go back to this canceled appointment here, and what you'll notice too is you guys see how it's kind of more transparent. It's kind of grayed out, almost like a ghost appointment. So this is showing here, but what we can actually do is we can also resend that text link if we wanted to. So what you can do if you wanted to do that and kind of revive this appointment, what you could do is actually click on the 3 dots right here and just click that, and you can say resend text to complete. So you can send that, and that will resend the text message asking the client to complete their booking by providing the required details. And of course, as it says here, this is also going to reset the deadline for completing that booking. So just keep that in mind. So you can also send that, and then it was sent successfully. So that's really easy to do as well if you wanted to resend that. Obviously, this appointment's in the past, so you wouldn't do it quite that order of operations, but you guys can just see for demonstration purposes. So let me go back here to the Tuesday, and I do want to check and see if we have any questions as well. Let me just check our chat here. Oh, great. So this is a really good question that has come in. Someone has asked, Matt has asked, can using express booking help with chargeback situations? So I love that question. Yes, Matt, absolutely. That's such a good question. This is so helpful for cases where you might have chargeback situations because, as I was talking about before at the beginning of the webinar, the traditional way is that, you're on the phone with a client, say, for example, you do explain the cancellation policy, but as we all know, when you're on a phone call, there is no specific record of that, right? And so it would be really easy for a client to say in some cases, oh, I was never told the cancellation policy or things like that, and kind of go back and forth. So it's a little bit awkward to have proof around that. And so with express booking, it's really nice because with Mangomint, we actually have records and proof that the client accepted the cancellation policy on, X time or date with this specific phone, with this specific IP address. And so that type of evidence can help you improve your win rates for chargebacks or, other types of dispute situations like that. So I love that question. So you can definitely use express booking to help with that. Another question here, will the time slot be available again once the appointment expires? Yes. So that's a great question. And that's kind of what we were talking about before. When you go back here and let's say, for example, this one is now pending completion again, but I have, here's another one, for example, it was canceled. It was not completed because they did not complete the booking. So yes, that time slot will be available again. Once that link expires, the time slot will be available both on the calendar and then also if somebody was in online booking and they were trying to book an appointment. So it would absolutely be available again. That way it doesn't clutter up your calendar or, reduce availability for anybody else who's trying to book as well. Okay, let me check here if there's any other questions. Let's see. Oh, okay. This is a good one too. So question about how can I use express booking to collect a deposit up front? So I can go into a little bit more detail about that. As you guys saw before, there is that setting in your default settings if you want to collect deposit up front for all of your express booking appointments. But I'll show you how you can also adjust that on the fly. So if you wanted to actually adjust that on the fly for a specific appointment, for example, let me just show you. I'll go ahead and create a new appointment right here. So we'll go ahead and create a new appointment. We'll make it for 7 p.m. today. And then we'll go ahead and just choose a client. Let's say it is for Tracy Race. So we'll go ahead and click on Tracy, and then we'll just go ahead and let's say, for example, she wants to come in for a bang trim. So now what you would do is, as you saw before, you'll just hit the express booking toggle, but instead of automatically going here and just clicking send text message, if you want to adjust more settings on the fly for this specific appointment with Tracy Rays, you can totally do that. So all you need to do is actually click this gear icon right here. If we click that, now it says customize express booking. So, it says a link to review and complete the booking will be sent to the client. If not completed within the time limit, the pending appointment will expire. But I love this screen here because this gives you that additional flexibility as you're booking individual appointments if you want to kind of change up some of those settings. So maybe you do want to stray a little bit from the default settings you had set up for express booking. Let's say, for example, we're talking to Tracy. We found out that she's about to catch a plane or something like that, and she's not going to be available to finish this booking for a few hours. We could easily, if we want to change this to 3 hours or even give her 6 or 12 hours, for example, we could totally do that. Super easy to change that. Or, kind of going back to this question about collecting a deposit up front, various reasons why you might want to do that. But all we would need to do, for example, if we did want to require a deposit, we would just go ahead and enable this toggle. And this can be really helpful too for like certain situations. Maybe you've had a client who continually no shows or something like that. And it's like just 1 or 2 specific clients that you have this problem with. You still want to give them the benefit of the doubt and like try to let them book some new appointments with you, but you want to have a little bit more guardrails around that situation, right? And so, you could, for example, require a deposit in that situation. Let's say, for example, you could do the full payment if you wanted to, or you could even just do a partial deposit if you wanted to. So if you wanted, let's say we just ask for 50%, you could go ahead and do that. And then go ahead and click that and then go ahead and save it. And now we're going to require a 50% deposit for that. And then we can just go ahead and you would just send the text message, etc. Send that off. Disregard that. But yeah, you would just send that off. And then Tracy would have to go in and she'd actually put down that 50% deposit as well as part of completing the booking. So as you guys can see, like this is a really flexible tool. And it's really nice, of course, for situations where you have new clients coming in or calling in wanting to book, but also for existing clients as well. So I really love express booking and highly encourage you to check it out. As you can see, I think the huge benefit and win of, why you'd want to use express booking is just how easy it makes the booking process. It kind of allows you to still have elements of, the traditional phone booking, but in a much more modern and sleek way. And it's something that your clients are all really going to love. And it's going to save you and your staff a ton of time as well. So definitely, I think I'll check one more time, see if we have any more questions. It looks like we've wrapped up all the questions, but thank you so much for everybody for joining today. And if you want to dive deeper into express booking or, especially as you're actually starting out using it in Mangomint, kind of going through all these settings we talked about today, if you start to run into any more questions, definitely come chat with us and we'll be happy to help you out. All right. And of course, don't forget to continue to check out the Mangomint website. We've got lots of upcoming webinars, so stay tuned. We have a constant calendar of upcoming webinars scheduled. So definitely stay in the loop on that. All right. Well, thanks so much, everybody. Thanks for exploring express booking with me today. Have a great rest of your day. Okay. Bye, everybody.